God of the Citadel.
What's going on, guys? I appreciate you stopping back, and we're going to get right into this. So this coming weekend over 4th of July, Independence Day weekend, July 3rd and July 4th, Saturday and Sunday, Tolkien Society is going to be holding their summer seminar for 2021. Sounds really exciting. You know, it was a place where people can come together, and they had an open call for papers, and here we go, about the seminar. Tolkien Society Seminar is a short academic conference for both research-led and non-academic presentations on a specific theme pertaining to Tolkien scholarship. All right. The online setting of the 2020 seminar saw an increased interest with over 400 attendees from 37 countries. We are delighted to be running another online seminar that will be free for all. This sounds really interesting. What is this going to be about? What are we going to talk about? Summer Seminar, Tolkien and Diversity Call for Papers. While interest in the topic of diversity has steadily grown within Tolkien research, it is now receiving more critical attention than ever before. Spurred by recent interpretations of Tolkien's creations and the cast list of the upcoming Amazon show, The Lord of the Rings, it is crucial we discuss the theme of diversity in relation to Tolkien. Okay, so if we're going to work through all of that word soup, basically what they just said was diversity is the hot button item right now, and we really need some more eyes on our conference so it can grow. And this is more about the interpretations of Lord of the Rings and Amazon's show than it is Tolkien and his work. So when we scroll down, let's go ahead and take a look at papers may be considered, but are not limited to, representation in Tolkien's work, race, gender, sexuality, disability, class, religion, age, etc. Tolkien's approach to colonialism and post-colonialism, adaptations of Tolkien's works, diversity and representation in Tolkien academia and readership, identity within Tolkien's works, alterity in Tolkien's works. These people are attempting to put a message into Tolkien's works that are simply not there. You are relating to characters based on experiences and the human struggle and the eternal stories and messages and lessons that are within the writing. Good versus evil. Hope when there is very little of anything else left. Heroes being born out of the most unsuspecting of places.
It's like in the great stories, Mr. Frodo. The ones that really mattered.
Gondor in Transition, a brief introduction to transgender realities in Lord of the Rings. There are no transgender realities in the Lord of the Rings. And everybody's going to say, well, just listen to what they have to say. No, here's the thing. I'm going to be listening to and attending this seminar. The idea that there is any kind of transgender reality in The Lord of the Rings is sheer projection. It has nothing to do with what Tolkien wrote. The Problem of Pain, portraying physical disability in the fantasy of J.R.R. Tolkien. I mean, Gollum was definitely physically, he became physically disabled over time with the ring and the corruption. That's in there. You've got, you know, warriors who have lost hands, have lost eyes, have lost arms.
43. He was already dead.
He was twitching.
Battle does that. So, I mean, it's there. It's one of the horrors of war. So, as you can see, this is getting somewhat away, or very much away, from Tolkien and his works. And like I said before, interpretations of Tolkien's work are what this is going to be based on. And if we go down to this slot right here, projecting Indian myths, culture, and history onto Tolkien's worlds. Okay, they have projecting in the title. It's in the title. They've admitted openly that they are projecting this point of view onto Tolkien's worlds. So this has nothing to do with Tolkien. This has nothing to do with Tolkien's worlds. This is projection, pure and simple. Pardoning Saruman?
Whom do you serve? Saruman.
I have absolutely no idea why anybody would want to pardon Saruman. He betrayed his friends. He betrayed Middle-earth. He sided with pure evil. There is no pardoning for Saruman.
This night, the land will be stained with the blood of Rohan. March to Helm's Deep. Leave none alive.
Now, outside of all of what they're doing at this conference over the weekend, there have been a few who have said, "Dear Tolkien Society, stop it." Now, the Tolkien Society is saying, still no, we're going to still keep going and doing what we're doing, creating a space for people to research, discuss, and enjoy Tolkien. But they've already admitted that this isn't about Tolkien, or his works. This is about the interpretations and projections that other people have made about and from Tolkien's works. This is not anything that J.R.R. Tolkien or Christopher Tolkien would be interested in. This isn't anything that they would want to see. And I find it interesting that this has waited until after Christopher Tolkien has died. This is a bit telling, if you ask me. Speaking of things that have died, theonering.net is at it again, ladies and gentlemen. They sent out a tweet yesterday, June 30th, and it said, "It's the final day of Pride Month, and I've always wondered, why are both Bilbo and Frodo bachelors all their lives?" Whomever is running this Twitter account for at least some of the time has clearly never read any of the books, watched any of the films, or had a discussion with anybody who has. Because this is clearly explained. The name of your account and your website, sans the .net, is the answer. The One Ring is why they were both alone. They were ring bearers. Bilbo became obsessed with the One Ring. It consumed him the same way that it started to consume him the same way that it had consumed Gollum. And he was longing for adventure again. He wanted to go back. It's in the very first book. That's why he's leaving the Shire. That's why he disappeared. That's why he took off. He can no longer stand to be in the Shire around the peace, the quiet, and the sameness of everything. He wants to go see mountains again. He wants to go on adventures again. He wants to see the world again and not come back. He said, "I mean not to." He had no intention of coming back to the Shire. And without Gandalf's intervention, he would have taken the One Ring with him. And who knows what would have happened then. But Gandalf did intervene. And the ring passed to Frodo, who was given the gargantuan task of taking it to Rivendell first. And then, as we all know, he bore the ring to Mount Doom. Now, the way that the film ended, or the story ends, of course, he's not the one that tosses it in to the fires of Mount Doom. He breaks at the end, just like Isildur, just like everybody before him. The ring tempted him and won at that very last moment. And it wasn't until the fight over the ring that, of course, it was destroyed. But when they came back, Frodo was so damaged and so hurt. And every time he looked around, he didn't see the Shire as boring. He saw the purity, he saw the love, he saw the joy, and he felt loneliness and disconnected and pain. He was in pain forever.
How do you pick up the threads of an old life? How do you go on when in your heart you begin to understand there is no going back?
That's a very real thing. That's a very real experience. And when your soul is like that, when you're in constant pain that way, yes, you have friends and family probably that you love and who love you, but you can't offer yourself to them in any kind of way that would be meaningful as it was before. A piece of you has died. A piece of Frodo died in Mount Doom, and he couldn't take it. That's why he sailed off at the end, because he had earned it. Thank you so much for stopping by, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I know that we talked a lot about the Tolkien Society and their seminar that they have going on this Saturday and Sunday, but I would like to direct your attention to the Society of Tolkien and the seminar they have going on for this Saturday, July 3rd. Now, it's only a few hours, as you can see. Join us on July 3rd to spend a few hours exploring the world of J.R.R. Tolkien. This was in direct response to what the Tolkien Society is doing and how they are bastardizing Tolkien's works with their interpretations and their projection to make it mean something that it does not mean, and to exclude anyone that disagrees with them, which is not what Tolkien's works are for. They are for everyone. You are supposed to connect on a human level. It's not supposed to be these superficial things. So the Society of Tolkien is putting together a short seminar this Saturday. It is free. It promises to be, at the very least, very educational and interesting. And you can tell from just the way that they word this that they have a true passion and love for Tolkien, his works, and the lore. J.R.R. Tolkien is widely known as the father of modern fantasy, but more than that, he changed my world. Reading The Hobbit for the first time introduced me to heroes and villains, races and languages, ideas and principles, and a history that is deep, rich, and impossible to fully explore. This is going to be a wonderful seminar. It's just a few short hours. If you all can, I would really appreciate if you can go over to the societyoftolkien.org and you'll be able to register there. And you can enjoy this seminar, which celebrates Tolkien and his works as they are, timeless classics, and be a really positive, wonderful experience for Lord of the Rings and the fandom. So I really do, again, appreciate all of you guys stopping by. Thank you so much. I hope you have an excellent rest of your day.